Microphone check. Morning, everybody. I noticed something. Anyways, doesn't matter. What do we got here? Maybe. I'm going to be patient on this. I think there's a lot of people trying to push their way into the market this morning. Let's just talk about some things, huh? So this is the low that created that high, right? So we've been looking at this. This was our old NT, our next target. And looks like we interacted with it once. Built liquidity for 2 days. And then pulled the lower side of that liquidity. So it leaves demand underneath this, and that leaves a range that we can rotate. Let's get all this shit out of the way. It's all dead anyway. What's this? Can I steal that? I'm fucking stealing that. Yeah. Okay, fine. I mean, it's not quite. This isn't going to quite qualify as a 4-hour break of structure for me, off of the range low. Not with those 3-4 hour candles. It's not. Yeah, it's not going to qualify yet. But I'm not really prepared to short it just yet either. All right, now that we're kind of cleaned up here, let's see, that can go away. That can go away. Now we can go back down to the smaller time frames. I mean, I see it, and it could very well crop out here. But I'm going to be patient with this. Where was market open? Let's get down to the 1. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely not. Oh, no, absolutely. No, I'm not shorting it. No. That high was formed before market open. No, I'm not shorting it. Honestly, long is probably the play right here, right now. But I need to see. Here. Let me form a complete fucking thought today. Jesus H Christ. Let me form a complete thought. I'm looking at as I come into Monday, I'm looking at these 2 points here. Get rid of that line. I don't want that anymore either. Go away. All of you, go away. I'm looking at this range right here as essentially orb. I'm going to treat it the same way that I would treat an orb. And this high was put in prior to market open. I'm not longing unless I can see it broken and retested. And this low is, kind of represents primary structure up from the low. So I want to see a decision made, and then I'll decide if I want to risk any capital. Yep. And I think for the most part, I'm going to chill. Now, had I I don't know. I don't want to trade this. I do not want to trade this right here. And diddle in the old middle between these things. I don't want to do that. This just doesn't sound entertaining at all to me. I know I got a question to answer for Jason, so we're going to do that. Please let me paste this engine. Please let me paste this image. Don't be a ninny. TradingView, don't be a ninny. TradingView, you're such a ninny. All right, Jason's going, what had happened? What happened here? Why? Did I mark my supply wrong? Did I mark my range wrong? The answer is no to neither of those questions. You didn't mark your supply wrong, nor did you mark your range wrong. You had your supply right here, I believe. Hold on, let me go back to that. Yep. So you had your supply right here. Cool. We had a range. I think at that time we had her right here. Bro? Cool. We had our deviation. We had a range. We had our supply as indicated by this little box here. It's not cooperating well, so I'm going to make it red so everybody can see it better. All right. Now, the general problem here was this market structure pull that we actually just did. That was the actual problem. In my opinion, that was the actual problem. Your primary structure up from the low hadn't broke yet. So you had two things going on here. You had two things going on. One, this blue trend had not broken bearishly. So let's get rid of that. I don't want it to be in the way anymore. Now, the tough thing is can I tell about when you entered? I can't necessarily, I don't know about your timing on this, but let's see here. Let's not even look at it from a demand perspective, actually. I need this line to go away too. Get out of the way. So following your downward structure then from the high, your downward structure flows like so. Yeah. This was the other problem with it here. Now, it's okay to SFP this low here bullishly, as long as you SFP this high here bearishly, which it looked like we attempted to, but then as it rolled down here, it just picked up more orders. So the two primary things was we hadn't wherever it was, I removed it because it was annoying me, but we hadn't lost the upward structure yet. And then as it starts climbing down, it's like sell, hit some orders, sell, hit some orders, sell, start trying to break some structure. Now it didn't break that structure there, but you see that reduction in bearish momentum, where price had come down 0.59%, and then price had come down 0.24%, and then all of a sudden 0.08%. So there was a little bit of there were some warning signs here in your market structure that this was not going to be breaking bearishly, and the trend was going to try and form a higher low here. So that's my 2 cents about that, bro. That's my 2 cents about that. I'm sorry because I still haven't even looked at chat yet or said good morning to everybody because I'm a fucking asshole. Let's do that. Good morning, Aaron and Jay Takaoka and Async and Anthony Soprano and Curb Star 6614 Milan Lava Ocean Adventures. That sounds like fun. Isaac, Cuban. It's like Cuban Canadian, Cubanic Din, Cubandi, whatever. M4 3B4. Good morning. How are we doing? Holler if you guys have any questions or any coins you want to look at. What's happening? Where did market open again? Boom. Pick up some shorts. Oh, man, that's going to make for a boring stream. So is that like orb then? Or are we seeing orb stubs here? I don't know. Have we ever looked at orb from a deviation threshold standpoint? I don't know if we've ever done that. Guys, I still think the high at 68,199 gets run. I think it's unbelievable that they're going to leave that alone. Either way, I don't have a trade here. No, I think I'd really rather stay hands off on this price action. Yeah, I mean, like, no, Reaper. I'm absolutely not opposed. If I wasn't clear about that, let me restart. Let me restart. If I wasn't clear about that, let me restart. Yes, but this has to break bearishly. I have no problem right now looking at this two ways. There's two primary ways I'm looking at this. I see what could be an attempt at distribution, and I see that occurring into supply from the downtrend at essentially the extremes of of what I use as a deviation template. But yeah, I mean, like, I see, as much as I see the possibility for this to sort of pop and let us into some downwards price action, and I would be targeting this low primarily. As much as I see that as a possibility, I also see that we have we are challenging our 4-hour market structure, at least our 4-hour market structure from this point to this point. And furthermore, this kind of entire uptrend here, we are trying to hold this range of price. And so we have the setup for a larger deviation of the low of the range, and then we have a potential setup for a deviation of this smaller range here bearishly. So I'm prepared short or long, really. You know where a cool long might be? It's actually right underneath this local low. I think that'd be a cool place. Either like right under this guy or this guy. Either one of those, I think, could be a neat place to find a long. or it's going to break and it's going to open the door for me to short a little later on. Anthony, you should send me the chart because you're 100% right that it did. And I don't know what chart you use for the S&P 500. I've just always used the ES Mini Futures chart. Old habits die hard, right? But if you spotted a distribution on this back in these days, you were 100% correct about that, good sir. You are 100% correct. Can you show the fib levels, please? Oh, the settings for fib levels? Sure, yeah. I primarily just use this, which is I have a little ghost line here. Let's look at the settings together. I have I clicked away from the settings. My bad, bro. I have a zero line, a 1.25, a 0.5, a negative 0.25, and a 1. And and then I made this one green to be cool. Then I made this one red to be cool, and then I have a 50% line. And that be my fib tool settings. I'm going to slip over to Discord and see if Anthony's got a chart. Bruv, you nailed that. You nailed that. You absolutely mother effing nailed that. How cool, or maybe cool isn't the right word. How good does it feel to be able to spot a Model 1 distribution? Like a big distribution like that. For me, I don't know. It's cool. I love it. I love it. I think you even had your LPSY in this area. Pretty sure you had that on there too. Clean, bro. Clean, bruv. Clean, bruv. You know what we could probably do is fucking delete everything on this fucking chart. Oh my god, it's so bad. Yeah, now that the distribution's played out, we can fucking make all that stuff go away. I personally think that the S&P 500 is sitting right here. That's my personal opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I don't need this anymore either. All that stuff can go away. Move this to here. Or not. You know, whatever. Or not, whatever. Yeah, you nailed that, man. You nailed it just like this. You've seen it right away. Your spidey senses were tingling. You were all over that thing. I love it. I love when you get the. Well, you know what? I'm curious now. Hold on. I gotta be careful because it's not gonna want to let me copy this whole thing. When did you? What I'm curious is, when did you get your hackles up? Were you getting your hackles up here-ish? Like, what's happening here? Or was it the UTAD that had you kind of like, whoa, what's up? Yeah, because we had to get. I think you were on this thing for a while. I think you were nervous about it here, if memory serves me correctly. But the moment that this happens, it's like, yeah, that's when you go, what is happening on this chart? Red alert symbol. Red alert symbol. What is happening? And then you wait for UTAD or LPSY. Hey, is there any interesting coins out there to look at? Oh wait, no, I think Async threw something in chat too. What do we got here, Async? Had some discussion last night about the PO3 entry. Only enter on first condition, but would you consider the second condition? No, the first condition is just objectively so much fucking better. It's not even funny, the one that you're indicating here. Yeah, on the second position, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I was trying to adjust it with this. Fucking retarded sometimes. It's all going to depend upon what this market structure leg looks like, right? What does this look like? What does your approach to zone and return to zone look like? That is the point in time that I would have to have those answers in order to do this. I cannot take this unless there is something on this leg that that made me want to play ball, right? But I think that's kind of what you're indicating in the other drawing, though. Yeah, I need a really good return to zone. For me to take it from this perspective alone, I need a really good return to zone. I need a return to zone. I'm going to draw the market structure from here to here, and yeah, it's going to need a. Yeah, it's going to need to have like a lot of resting liquidity and minimum amounts of supply. But see, already we're starting to look more like the first image you gave me. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep it simple. For a PO3, you want that at the bottom. You want that at the bottom. Let's not overcomplicate it. You don't want this. There are limited circumstances in which this makes sense. Probably smaller time frames, like on your larger time frame, 4 hour plus, 1 hour plus. This is less than ideal here. On like the 2-minute market structure or something like that, like this might be all that you're going to get, right? Thoughts on RLC? Cuba Nadian. He's Cuba Nadian. First chart shared at January 14th. Oh yeah, it was before the UTAD. Good on you, bro. Good on you. He was worried about it right then and there. That makes me smile, Anthony. That makes me smile, my man. That makes me smile. RLC. What the hell is RLC? I don't remember what that is. Is it a is it a cryptographically tokenized thing? Because if it is, we've probably done TA on it at some point in time. No? .p? We don't got no .p's, bro? Really? I don't know why, but I feel like we talked about this thing somewhere. I don't think you can search this, though. Sorry, I was really hoping to find if there was a chart out there I'd already drawn on, but I don't. I have lost my motivation to care about that. Let's look at the weekly. Okay, let's know that the weekly looks super problematic. This is a pretty good low. Doesn't mean it doesn't have to get swept again, but that's a pretty good low. It's really nice. This might have actually been the sweep here. Wait, what happened? Oh. There we go. Bitcoin, you done anything interesting yet? Not a damn thing. You know, once you get down here, it looks just like Bitcoin, and so I wouldn't treat it any differently than Bitcoin. I'd say you might have a long here or a bearish break there, and I'm not going to predict which one it is. And if you have a bearish break there, I think it's time to start entertaining a short back down to the local low. Where's the button I need? Then I think it's a time to start entertaining a short back down to the local low. Could hold. I think it's still appropriate to look for failure above its local high, because that was probably, yeah, before market open. And so if I can't get something that makes sense for a long here, then I would have to wait for an initiation above this high, And then I would be treating all of that as demand. And I would be looking for something that back tested to this area. So essentially, yeah, that's how I'd be looking at that. And in a perfect world, you get some manner of structure that comes up to here and fails if there's going to be any short to be had off that high. And I would still be primarily targeting this low before ever hoping for this low. Wait. Oh, first chart. January 14th. Did I miss anybody else's shot? Wondering if it has legs to reclaim the high. Well, so far it has no reason not to reclaim the high. The high is weak. Right now the high is weak. Right now the high is weaker than Circus Lemonade. Is that 5-minute structure? I don't know why my... See how my zigzags disappear? Cute, huh? Yeah, it's weaker than Circus Lemonade. As far as I'm concerned, this is a weak... Yeah, it's just objectively a weak high. And that doesn't change. For me, I'm not going to let my perspective change on that until you lose 40 cents or whatever. Oh, my bad. 39.66. If I was in the scalping mood this morning, I'd actually long here. It's upward structure only, but I just think we have a weak high. But I'm not in the scalping mood. Part of me thinks I should take that trade, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Personally, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to refrain. Now, I would be taking it. Of course, I would be taking it if it looked like this instead. But alas, it doesn't. So, I'm a chill. I swear we're getting to that point in time where, like, I'm going to look up and the next 20 minutes are going to evaporate in what feels like 10 seconds. So holler if we've got anything else that we really want to take a look at today. Let's go peek at NVIDIA, USDT, Tesla. Let's take a look at those things too. Dude, I want one of those NVIDIA Sparks bad now. Now that I got my OpenClaw up and running, I want an NVIDIA Spark. I think I'm going to have to buy one. I think I'm going to have to buy one. Yeah, Async, I don't know if you're still in the stream, but yeah, I'm like, fuck spending all those tokens, bro. that bitch'll nom on your tokens. Fucking some of those, you know what I'm saying, some of those other models, damn, they'll nom on some tokens. We want to look at USDT. Yeah, we gotta see who's who and what's what here. Is demand in control or is supply in control? I don't know the answer to this yet. I can tell you supply got us to demand, but I can't tell you that it's in control yet. Ugh, God. That looks bullish. That looks like a PO3 if I've ever seen one. Yeah. Yeah. Turns out that would have been a fucking great short, huh? The USDT chart makes me feel like this chart looks bullish to me. This chart looks hella bullish. God damn, are these bastards really gonna get left alone? Wild. I like this demand better. Yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, I did end up setting up OpenClaw, but yeah, and I fought with it a little bit. I definitely fought with it a little bit. Turns out running it on Opus 4.6 was not the move. And my API key was like a brand new, so it was hella gate limited. Or I'm sorry, I called it gate. I think they call it rate limited. Yeah, Jason, I did cover that for you. Did cover that for you. Check back at the beginning of the stream. This feels like a bold statement. I'm going to stop looking at that. What's up with some of the more popular stuff? Oh, pump? Is that a coin? These fucking assholes. Burn in hell. Sorry. It's in discount right now. It's really hard to... All I want to do is short this coin, but it's in discount, and it's going to make it tough. What can I say about this? I can say a couple of things. You know what? I realized why I was having such a hard time with strong highs and lows on Link on Friday. Because just like Link, Pump is not in a trending environment. It's in a ranging environment. And it's at the discount of the range. So, it's really not the time to be looking for shorts, but I wouldn't expect any incredibly bullish price action off of this. Here's what I would say about Pump. I would just be aware of my 4-hour structure as we're sitting in discount here. And yeah, these are the only two alerts I'd have. I'd look, I wouldn't look to long until here. I wouldn't look to short until here. And look to long here. And yeah, I would. I think I'd only play 4-hour structure on it. I peaked at Sol a little bit. Oil has to back off for any bullish move. I haven't looked at oil yet today. We did a little peek at Sol. It's basically the same stance as almost everything else. Here's what I will say about Sol. Its highs were worse than Bitcoin. Wasn't that the case? Yeah. Had worse highs than Bitcoin. I mismarked that. Bitcoin did not have that problem. And so just like anything else, we're just asking, can we break 4-hour structure here, or are we going to fail 4-hour structure here? I don't have the answer to that question. This is a 4-hour demand block. I would imagine Bitcoin has the same. But what were we looking at? Oh, oil. We're going to peek at oil. I don't even know if I used the right chart for this. What was I saying? Oil has to back off for any bullish move. It's got a weak high. I think oil wants up, man. Honestly, probably initiate here. I think oil wants up. Lucky Deal Trade. Good morning. How would you trade Siren? What approach suits best? Let's do a time check. We got time for that. So let's go take a look at this Siren thing first. Oh, that's that one that like went up and to the right, right? Yeah, I think I heard about this thing. Tell you one thing, if for whatever reason we could get down here, that is a place I would be interested in, bro. That's another place I'd look for some action. Those are the three places I would look along it. And what did you say about USDT? About the USDT charts. Why is that large wick on top? Why is it on top? Does not affect your bullish vision. What negates its power? Let's go take a look. Okay. All right. I got you. Okay. So we had a. Let's zoom out here. First and foremost, we had like a reaccumulation form down in this area, right? So I'm still looking at weakness on this high. Because of, well, I mean, now I got ahead of myself. This, work with me, was always supposed to equal this, right? So check. Now, our primary upwards structure from this low to this high that we put in here is just, it hasn't broken bearishly yet. That's your primary upward structure. Placing your demand here. That has not broken bearishly yet. Okay, cool. What about the last leg of price from here to the high? And so I understand that it failed. I understand that it failed here, and I understand that it failed here. But this did not exceed the deviation threshold. This does not qualify as a bearish break of structure for me. It does not qualify as a bearish break of structure for me. So even though this could potentially be a logical place to see failure in rotation, it actually has to break, or I don't believe it. And you have good lows, bad highs, bad highs. Good high there. I'll give you that. You have a good high there. But you know, it's just a matter of. This looks like a bullish PO3 to me. This looks like another bullish PO3. The same way that this was a bullish PO3. Bro. The same way that we had that bullish PO3 down here. I don't know. USDT loves to do its bullish PO. It loves to do PO3s, just like we had here. Just like we had here. And why I don't know why all of a sudden it's there we go. Yeah, I don't know. It likes to deviate lows and run up. Just like it did here too. Right underneath this low. It just looks bullish to me still. That's why. So specifically answer your question, what negates its power? What negates the power of this wick is it had a job to do. Its job was to break the load that created it, and it failed to break the load that created it yet. All right, man. I'm about out of time, so let's clean some shit up. Let's talk about. Let's make some closing statements. No, it's fully ambiguous still, in my opinion. Has failed to make any actual initiation. Meaning, if we return to break this bullishly, that it could come back for this high. So I need an alert here. For a potential long. Or I still need a good initiation for a short, and that's going to require it's going to require cooperation from USDT, which we've got early signs of. Because as much as this is bullish, this has got to break, right? Like, so potentials for long. My gut still tells me that we have some manner of redistribution up here at the highs, but I just haven't had anything really be able to confirm for me, so per se, like any solid confirmations either way. I'm going to take an alert at the supply as well. And, yeah, still just waiting for me. ETH, we got any information over here? Probably exact same problem as Bitcoin, yeah. No, everything looks the same, so. It's always 3 derives yet. I'm short the first for whatever reason. Or the, what did you say? First 2. Yeah, you gotta wait for some structure. You gotta wait for some structure. I prefer to wait for structure. All right, I'm gonna hit the road, y'all. Unless I just confused anybody completely and need to take a minute to explain myself. I know sometimes I move fast, so. All right, well, then I'm going to hit the road. You guys have a great day. Love you guys. Rooting for you. Not a damn thing you'll be able to do about it. Yeah, hopefully everybody has a great day. I didn't miss anything in Discord, did I? No. Cool. All right, I'm going to hit the road then. Take care, guys.